I read somewhere that if you are in the first 3 years of your business and the phone isn't ringing or there isn't a mess in your office, then you are doing something wrong. That was the response to your phone. Yes.
Right.
And
No doubt.
back then, when you entered into the roofing industry,
Yeah.
obviously every industry has its own challenges. You were in fishing, you were in electrical and HVAC. What was the hardest thing that you found in the roofing industry, not as a business owner, but back at the time when you entered into the industry and you just started out?
I'd say probably dealing with people, so it's always not necessarily been my strong suit. So for me, it was probably a little bit more difficult, but dealing with customers over time, you get so many different characters. When I was in the fishing industry, if I took somebody out fishing on a charter and we had a bad day, it was still a good day fishing. We were still out there having a good time. When you have a bad day in roofing and something does go wrong and something does go sideways, like people get emotional. You're dealing with some people's biggest investments that they've ever made. So that was probably the hardest thing I said early on. The industry is so complex and there's so much to it. And there's so much that you need to know to be successful at it. And going in with, basically, tossed a set of keys and tossed an iPad and, a set of contracts and go get them, Tiger, from the company I was working for at the time was certainly difficult. So a lot of long nights, studying up, figuring out things on my own. We're in the information or the age of technology these days where the information's out there. If you truly want to learn something, like it is out there and you can learn. There's enough courses that you can purchase. There's enough free stuff online that you can do that you can find this information.
Okay. And I love that because I feel that nowadays a lot of things have become digital. So you can send a contract, but back then you were in front of the homeowner and now you are facing them. So anytime they hit an objection in their mind, you are in front of them and they're going to throw that in front of you and you have to handle that. So how did you, were there any lessons or any tricks or any learnings that you had with your experiences with the people that, okay, I do something, if I do this, I end up doing something wrong. But if I deal with people this specific way, I just end up being successful in whatever the deal or the insurance or whatever I'm doing.
So certainly, early on, not having that knowledge to handle those objections was a feat to handle for sure. I learned very early on, okay, people are concerned over their pocketbooks. And if you can't present the value of your services and present yourself as being, a more valuable purchase over the next guy, you're not going to get that business. So early on, for sure, you're trying to explain deductibles in, certainly a community around here that I guess is maybe not used to paying their deductibles was very difficult. Trying to explain, that, look, your insurance company's probably not going to do the thing, the most they can right out the gate. So.
Okay. And back then, I feel that many people would have taken advantage of this as well, because right now you can film a video just like you do with the contingency contract and everything that you see at the homes or on the roofs. You can make a video and you can guide homeowners about that.